everybody, and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I am your host, Jeff, of Jeff and Ryan, and going to give you the last week in wrestling news. Now, most of this news is pre-Dynamite last night, so I just wanted to get it out the way. By the time you see this, it will be Friday, so there will be obviously news that comes out since then, but that's okay. We don't always need all of the news. That's why there's Twitter for news and other issues. Okay, so guys, I guess we'll start off. It's going to be some AEW news to start this thing off. We are determined to get this done in 17 minutes and 30 seconds, so keep your timer. All right, so first off, we have Jade Cargill. She was on the Grapsody podcast on Fightful, and she did an interview with them and she let people know that she is doing she's starting to work with Bryan Danielson in the ring. So for people who may or may not think that she's like completely dedicated or that she's just like a really good athlete who just isn't a wrestler, this is very good. She's been working in the factory with QT Marshall and such already before this, but the fact that she's now pulling in work with Bryan Danielson, one of the best of all time, I think you're really going to continue to see Jade level up day by day. I think that's a great, that's smart of her. Like, who do you go to for wrestling? It's like, you know, if I want to be a better basketball player, I'm going to ask Michael Jordan. If I want to be a better baseball player, shit, I don't know. I could ask Bryce Harper. You know, like, you go to the best if you want to be the best. And if the best is willing to give you a shot, then you definitely take it. So that's terrific news to hear. I can't wait. I think Jade is the TBS champion right now is a really good call. I think that you're going to get a lot better with her in that position. Next up is a little bit of crap news, I guess, as far as AEW superstars go. There's two. One is a former AEW superstar, but the first one obviously is that Riho, during her match with Britt Baker, broke her collarbone. Meltzer said that Riho suffered it during her match with Britt at Battle of the Belts. And to quote Meltzer, he said she will be out at least 3 months, and that the time frame, that's the time frame. She got it in the Britt Baker match, and that was early in the match. It's a broken clavicle, and it's a super painful injury. The deal is, I don't know the spot, but I was told that it was very early in the match. She did the entire match. She never complained, but she must have been in incredible pain during the match. And that is the quote was courtesy of Ringside News. So that's a big loss. That's a big loss to not get, to not have Rio. But Rio's kind of been in and out of the situation anyway with COVID and travel and all that other stuff. So well wishes to her and hope she gets well very quickly. Right after that, we have Lio Rush, who also, he cleanly dislocated his left shoulder during a PWG event against Buddy Matthews. Apparently, fans were being idiots as usual, and they were throwing stuff in the ring, and some believe that the slipping, that something slipped on the Rollins type stomp that Matthews delivered, and it took out his shoulder. So this is straight from Lio Rush's Twitter, where he says it was a clean dislocation of my left shoulder, opposite of his previous injury. Thank goodness. MRI is 2-3 weeks hopeful, and no severe ligament damage or tear. So that's absolutely terrific to see that. We also have that the Ass Boys is now a filed trademark by Austin Gunn, according to Fightful. So it's not dumb. Make your money, get your money where you can. So they're going to be filing for the Ass Boys trademark. So now that Danhausen also is in AEW, you will see that trademark of Ass Boys. It's going to only ramp up as he begins to curse them. So we shall see. I think that's a really good idea. Good job on the Guns. Them son of a guns. Okay, so also a bunch of free agents who were on their 90-day are officially off of their 90-day. So expect in Impact, GCW, AEW, New Japan, to start to see some familiar faces pop up. And no, none of them are Shane McMahon, thank God. Good Lord. So we have Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Ember Moon, Oni Lorcan, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, Eva Marie, and Nia Jax are all officially off their 90-day, according to Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter. So that's a lot of big names, and I know AEW needs to target at least the women first off. I think you need a Mia Yim. I think that's imperative for your women's division to really start to round out that division, and then the second part is putting them on TV for more than 5 minutes. That part is on your own, TK. You got to get that done. You can't keep with this 5-minute match here, and then we don't this week on Dynamite. We didn't even see the women's champion or the TBS champion, so none of the female belts were even thought of on this episode. So that's just something that they still need to get right, and they have not. Out of them, I think Killer Kross, if I would just choose someone else for the House of Black, maybe, I think Killer Kross could definitely fill that role. And I think above all else, if you get Ember Moon and Mia Yim, and then I probably also would go after, obviously, if you're not stupid, you would go after Keith Lee without a chance. You just go and get Keith Lee. He will make you money. He will print it, and you'll have zero issue doing so. Just checking out. It's only 7 minutes, guys. I'm burning through these stories. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, so Brian Kendrick gets released from his WWE contract, and then was supposed to fight Moxley right away the following night on Dynamite, until we realized something, that this gentleman is he had a lot of disparaging remarks that came out, and let's just say they were not views that anybody should be sharing. They were terrible about the Holocaust, and he had a lot of conspiracy theories that were just off the damn mark, to say the least. So Tony Khan did the right thing and pulled him directly from that match, and that's why last night you got Wheeler Yuta against Jon Moxley, which, right move, TK. Not even a thought. That's the correct move. You do that immediately. So then we had this whole Shane McMahon debacle here, where he produced the Royal Rumble. He didn't produce the Royal Rumble. He pissed off everybody. We don't know. So from every site on earth, we heard that he really pissed off most of WWE with his antics at the Rumble. That we've heard that he wants to be WWE champion. I've heard that his shadow boxing skills are hot garbage, because we've seen it. I can't stand his little fucking rabbit punches from hell. They're the most annoying thing on earth. But so Shane O'Mac, he quietly got released from WWE. His own father said that you got to go. When your father says you got to go, you got to go. That's pretty important. So after checking up with multiple Twitter sources that you see, I got that Dave Meltzer confirms that the Ringside News report that Shane had been let go was indeed correct. And SRS confirmed that it was likely true, but he doesn't have a confirmation on it quite yet. That's another piece of big information there. I mean, and I know everybody was going wild on Twitter yesterday, which, calm down. There's no way I want to see Shane McMahon in AEW. Guys, just because they were in WWE, just because they got released, doesn't mean you need them there. Please, for the love of Jesus or whoever, just don't do it. Okay? Don't. Just leave him be. Okay? He's fine. He could be a little shoe collector. He could do whatever the hell he does otherwise. But please, for the love of Satan, no. We don't do that here. Get him the hell out. But yeah, so apparently he really pissed off everybody. He also was the one to eliminate Kevin Owens, which is not great. Not great at all. So yeah, Shane is out of there as fast as he got in, because originally he was supposed to be posted for plans at the Elimination Chamber in Saudi and for WrestleMania. He wanted Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So he was trying to call his shot to be, front and center, as Shane always wants to be. But dude, if you took anything from something like the CM Punk match last night, where CM Punk, he did the deal for an MJF. CM Punk knows his age, and he understands that putting over a guy like MJF is huge. Okay, Shane McMahon should not be putting himself over a Kevin Owens. That guy's a regular. He's on all the time. He just re-signed with you guys, and he's an incredible performer overall. Wrestling skills are great. His mic skills are incredible. What him and Rollins have going on right now is absolutely perfect. And then you don't pay that off. Instead, what you do is you get this garbage dumpster where he eliminates them. Shane doesn't need to be eliminating the regular day talent, because that talent is the one that drives you day after day. So I guess that was the right move to get rid of an egomaniac when he was being an egomaniac. That's pretty correct. Also, Nia Jax was on Renee Paquette's podcast, The Oral Sessions. I feel like it's just called The Sessions now, because the last couple of times I haven't seen Oral on there. So it might just be called The Sessions now. So she was on Renee's podcast, and she told quite a bit about the whole her getting let go. She's not vaccinated, so that obviously could have factored into her release, because certain cities and states is not going to be working with the mandates, and as a business, there are certain things you have to do there, and that's understandable. Also, was she told them about, they did call her for the Rumble as well, like they did for the Inspiration and a couple others, because they fired so many, they don't have any women left for the Rumble. So she said that she laughed really hard, that she doesn't want anything to do with it, and she feels like she might be done with wrestling, all overall as a whole. And I mean, I feel like there's enough. She's done what she can do. If she wants to get back into wrestling, go ahead. Um, I think that she can do a lot in the celebrity world. She can do reality shows. She can do these total diva like shows. She's very good. She has charisma out the oh my butthole, as she said. Oh my hole. She has tons of charisma. She's got all that other stuff down. I believe either she wants to take this time to really work on her in ring. I think she could come back strong somewhere. Um, but that's up to her, and that's her decision. But yeah, I'm if you have a chance, please listen to Renee's podcast this week, where she does talk um, with Nia Jax, and it's filled with a lot of information. So I'm excited to watch, or I was excited to watch that. I think that was a good listen, actually. So I believe that's all I got for you guys. I don't think I have anything else to put into this. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this very quick This Week in Wrestling. I am Jeff of Jeff and Ryan and a couple of jars, and we'll see you for Rampage tonight.